Welcome back guys, this week's news is fantastic. Starting with historic attempt to snag samples from an asteroid, vote from ISS, astronauts return to Earth, Microsoft entry to space, private space agencies of India get freedom with the new space policy, and Mars losing its atmosphere. Stay till the end, you will enjoy it, and yes, as usual, if you want to read about each news, links in description. First news, OSIRIS-REx spacecraft snags samples of asteroid Bennu. Another milestone achieved by humans. For the first time ever, a NASA probe has performed a sample snagging operation on an asteroid in deep space. The agency's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft spiraled down to the surface of the near-Earth asteroid Bennu on the afternoon of October 20th to grab material that mission team members hope harbors clues about the solar system's early days and the rise of life on Earth. It will take a week's time to know how much weight did the craft collect, and if they are not happy with the results, they will approach again the asteroid in the early 2021 and perform the same operation again. Launched in September 2016, this $800 million mission arrived at the 1640-foot wide, that is 500 meters Bennu in December 2016. The probe has been taking the asteroid's measure ever since, mapping its surface in incredible detail to prepare for maneuver, which it did on the 20th October of 2020. So why collect materials from asteroids? Asteroids are building blocks left over from the planet formation epoch, so such analysis could reveal key insights about our solar system's very early days. Scientists will then study the material in labs around the world, scrutinizing the stuff in far more detail than OSIRIS-REx or any other single probe could do on its own in deep space. For the animation of the mission, there is a YouTube video. For better insights, please watch it, links in description. Second news, vote from the International Space Station. Voting is a very important part of any democracy. By voting, citizens are participating in the democratic process. Election that which gives a meaning to the democracy should get votes from each and every citizen wherever he or she is, and this applies to space too. With 2020 United States presidential election coming soon, NASA astronaut Kate Rubins shared her voting selfie from orbit after stating before her launch earlier this month that she would cast her ballot from the International Space Station. Since 1997 has a concession to the fact that most NASA astronauts live near the agency's Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, and had an extreme absentee ballot procedure in place for anyone who finds themselves off Earth on election day. It's requested like any other absentee ballot, but with the address low Earth orbit. NASA delivers the digital ballot first to the astronaut, then to the state's election authorities. Rubins arrived in orbit for her second space flight on October 14th and will remain on the space station for about 6.5 months. She is the only American in space and will remain so on the election day, that is on November 3rd. Third news, astronauts return to Earth safely. As I stated this news in the last space news video, the Soyuz MS-16 capsule carrying NASA astronaut Kiss Cassidy and Roscosmos Anatoly Ivanchin and Ivan Wagner landed on 21st of October. After a brief medical checkup, the three departed to their homes. NASA astronaut Kiss Cassidy returned from his third space mission. Chris Cassidy and Bob Beckham completed 4 spacewalks totaling 23 hours and 37 minutes to upgrade station batteries. The final spacewalk was the 10th for both astronauts, making them 2 of only 4 US astronauts to complete 10 spacewalks. Cassidy now has spent a total of 378 days in space and the 5th highest among US astronauts. When Cassidy, Ivanchin and Wagner departed from the space station, Expedition 64 officially began on the station, with Roscosmos cosmonaut Sergei Rykov serving as station commander and NASA's Kate Rubins and Roscosmos Sergei Kut-Sverchkov serving as flight engineers. Fourth news, Microsoft to enter the space industry. Microsoft to take Azure to space to enable cloud services in remote locations. Microsoft is launching Azure Space to help deal with the vast amount of data generated from satellites, bring cloud services and bandwidth to remote locations, and design highly complex space systems. Azure is a cloud computing service. The US-based company aims to make space connectivity attainable across industries like agriculture, energy, telecommunications, and government with the new initiative. Microsoft has approached SpaceX and the two companies have been working over the last few months together to figure out how this can work out. Microsoft said that its offering can help mobile command centers, military mission needs, mineral exploration, and other areas that require high intensity and secure computing on Azure. Fifth news, Indian private space companies get freedom to discover space. The new space policy with the objective to completely open the Indian skies for the private sector, the Department of Space, in its recently revealed draft Spacecom Policy 2020, has eased stringent rules and regulations so as to enable private entities to become global players in space communication arena. On the lines of Starlink and Kuiper satellite constellation projects of American private space majors Elon Musk owned SpaceX and Jeff Bezos led Blue Origin, Indian entities will also be able to establish and operate satellite systems to provide capacity for communication services with authorization, once the draft provisions are cleared by the Modi cabinet. Dr. K. Sivan said that with the implementation of these major space reforms, Indian private entities can become global players and carve out space for themselves in the international market. The big space reforms were ushered in when the Union Cabinet had in June this year gave its consent to allow private players to access ISRO's space assets and also participate in interplanetary missions. Sixth news, Mars is losing its atmosphere faster than Earth. All terrestrial planets in the solar system, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, constantly lose their atmosphere to outer space, and the loss rate is determined by the size of the planet. As Mars is smaller than Earth, it is losing its atmosphere to the outer space at a faster rate. Findings based on the Mars orbital mission and the NASA's MAVEN have further suggested that the global dust storms that envelop the red planet may be speeding up the planet's atmosphere loss rate, according to a statement released on the ISRO's website. The global dust storm significantly heated and expanded the Martian upper atmosphere so that at any given altitude, the densities are higher during the dust storm than without it. From these results, it is inferred that the heating and expansion of the global dust storm led to a part of its atmosphere quickly reaching the exobase altitude, which lies at 220 kilometers. Any hot gases above the exobase altitude are more likely to escape the outer space. Hence, the study inferred that the 2018 global dust storm resulted in enhanced escape of the Martian atmosphere. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, otherwise we won't get to know about the next big space news. Let me know in the comment section which was the best news. Like and share with your friends and family, that keeps me moving forward. That's the end of this week's space news. Catch you in the next one. Until then, keep learning and keep enjoying. Thank you.